Well, hello everyone. So I'm still on Utopia, and I got asked by two followers who messaged me if I could make a video explaining the exact games I play to bankroll and point build. So mainly point build with a low budget. So we're going to say if you have an example of $100 and you want to get points. I came on this ship with 200 bucks and I got 3,000 points last selling and finished up. So I want to show you guys exactly what I do when I get on the ship. So first thing, after I've walked the entire casino floor numerous times and recognized games that are potentials, I go look for the advantage player games. And I know this will be very critical, but that's what I do. I normally like to start with something like Regal Riches, and I'll flip through all of the bet panels down here and look up here and see the must hit buys. My rule that I do, and I know not everybody does this, but what I do is for this version of Regal Riches, for the amber, I like this to be 5 away, this 6 away, this 4 away. So this could be at 45. This one I want it at 56, and this one I want it at 71, because you can land 4 in one spin and get them all. Now these, I never even pay attention to these. I don't care what they're at. Maybe if this one was at 99, I would chase it. I will never chase this one. It takes hours to hit one. So I look for that, flip through all the denoms down here, see if there's anything worth playing. If you have $100, I highly would only suggest staying on pennies or 2 cents and doing this bet or nothing higher than that. I would also look at Larry Lobster and see if there's any bonus or jackpots up there and play that. I would move to, you can do Buffalo Ascension and look for anything that's a tower built 6 or more higher. I don't play Buffalo Ascension because it always wrecks me, but I know a lot of AP players do that. I'll go to money balls and flip through the denoms as well. And if you only have $100, I would try to do 1 or 2, no more than $1.20. So you 2 cents that as well. And for me personally, I want it to be at least 10. Now that's just me, but it could be, you could do more or less if you wanted to. But if you only have $100 though, I would recommend 10 or more. I would not do anything higher, unless if you're starting with like 500, you could do 5 cents or more, like you do more. Adjust it to your bet. We're using hundreds because it's easy. For this money balls, because it's more volatile, I will not touch any of these unless if they are at like 13 or more on the green. I don't care what the gold and the purple are at. Those are completely irrelevant to me. Pretend they're not there. Only pay attention to the green, because the green you're going to get way more often. So that's basically what I start with. You can also look at these dancing drums here and see if there's any multipliers. If it's 4 or higher, that's a good number to go with. But remember, you have $100 though. You don't want to be betting for 600 credits to spend because you only have $100, or you don't want to stay at the 1 to 2 range. Personally, you can do what you want. If you have 200, double it. 300, triple it. Go with that. So after we check all those and just say we don't find anything, or we do, my goal, if I have 100, is to make 50% extra. So I want to turn that into 150. So I'm going to try to do it on those games. If there's nothing available, which happens a lot because there's a lot of people who do this, you're going to go find a different game that is a low volatile slot point building, bankroll building game. And there is one in the non-smoking casino, but I really don't want to walk all the way over there just to show you the game. So there's another version over here. It's going to be a little more volatile, but there is some of the non-smoking. And I'll go show y'all what game I would go to next if it's me. And we still have our 100. We have not made it 150, or if you started with 2, we've not made it 3. Your goal is to make 50% of what your budget is. So, and you want to try to stay between $1 to $2 to spend with 100. If you have 200, you can go up to $2 to $3, etc. So this game over here is what I would go to. And there's one of the non-smoking that's going to be a little bit better, to be brutally honest with you. But we're going to look at this one here. So this is Double Diamond Deluxe. This is bargain barrel volatility, low volatility. Notice it's 5 lines. There's quarters on here, dollars and $5. You're going to want, with $100, you're going to want to do quarters. You're going to make sure you do all 5 lines and do the 1 times bet for $1.25 a spin. You're going to play this until you make 50% extra. So, and you may not, it's lost. You might lose. You got to keep that in mind. It's random. But these are good games to point build on, because you're not going to get wrecked. Your money's going to last. So you're going to make 50% extra. And then once you make 50% extra, I suggest changing it to dollars and do $5 a spin. Or you can go find another game that I like to play, such as Cash Up. Make sure you do it on quarters, but you do need a max bet on here. Another game I would recommend is all the way over here, and we're assuming you've made 50% extra on your money right now. So you've turned 100 into 150, you've turned 200 into 3, you've turned 300 into 450, etc. That's what we're assuming you have already done. If you lose, you're going which can happen, just go back and reset it. So take another 100, stop at 50. If you win or lose 50%. I know it's kind of complicated. I'm making it up as I go. And this is exactly what I do. To say you've made your 150, what I would do is I would come find the single line pinball, where it's a $3 max credit bet. This is going to be slightly higher in volatility than the double diamond. It's the double diamond based game, but because of the pinball feature, it's going to be a little bit higher. The other thing, if you don't have 3-line pinball, do not play the 10-line. You can get a top dollar. However, though, I would not recommend this version because it is 9 lines, 10 credits, so it's $10 a spin. If you have this on quarters, it's okay. But on dollars, I wouldn't do it. If you can find a single line pinball where it's 3 credits a spin on dollars, that's a good one too. So what I recommend doing, say we have $150 right now. I would play pinball until I get down to 50 or I hit a pinball. Or I turn that 150 into 200. Whichever happens first. I turn 150 into 200. I hit a pinball, or I lose it back down to $50. That's what I would do. Because if you lose, you're going to go back to what you did. And always throughout this process, check those AP games I told you about. Regal Riches, Moneyballs, Buffalo Ascension. You can throw Wolf Run in there. Whatever, those. Always check those throughout the whole thing. Anytime you walk by a casino and you see those, go check them if no one's playing them. That's perfectly what I would do. And you're going to play until you get pinball, until you make your 150 up to 2, make $50 on it, or you get down to 50. Whichever 3 happens first. Same with top dollar. Same with double diamond on the 5-liner. You're going to slowly bankroll build up. That's what you're going to do. So what you're doing is you're building your budget up while earning comps, which is super important. And then what you're doing as well is you're going to slightly move up in volatility every single time you hit your goal. So we started with something with an AP game, which you're still always going to play. And then you went to double diamond, which is super low volatility. Now we moved up to pinball because we made some money. Or top dollar, which is still low. It's fairly low, but it's going to be higher than regular double diamond or triple stars or anything like that. You're going to move on. So if we make it up to our 150, you just kind of reset the whole thing and do the whole thing over again, except instead of playing quarters, play 50 cents. Instead of play 50 cents, play dollars. That's what you're going to do. I would not suggest playing anything like this or Dragon Link or Buffalo Gold or Firecrackers, any of that stuff, until you have quite a big bankroll. The next thing that I do is I'm going to continue to do what I just did over and over again. It may not be the most fun because these are not the most entertaining games in my opinion, but it's the way you bankroll build. When you get to $500, and this is a little bit more risky, that's what I like to do. I love these games. The issue with them is they're $10 a spin, but these are magnificent games. So I will not play these unless if I have 500, and I'll give it $100 and go back down to 4. I will not give it any more than that. These progressives hit all the time, and there's versions that aren't the nudge. It doesn't matter which one you play. The nudge one is going to have less line hits because when they nudge, you can possibly hit 3 times per one spin than the non-nudge. But they're the same game. They're going to hit the same amount basically. Just a nudge will get paid more because it can nudge 3 times. And you get 3 jackpots to spin too. I've seen it happen. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to play that. Play something like this, a 9-liner. I would not play this one because this is more volatile. But this one's okay. Triple Treasures is okay. This game here, and there's a 9-line quick hit I've mentioned earlier in the back. Like that will be okay too. Play something like that, or find a 9-line simple 3-reel game with no bonus. You don't want a bonus. We're still not playing bonus games right now, really. Other than the AP games. I mean, I guess you call pinball a bonus, sure. But yeah, this one. You can play something like this. Low volatile. This $9 a spin though. And you have to max bet or else you're not eligible for this. So you're going to play this stuff once you get to $500. Okay? Then you're going to take it down to 4, or you're going to try to make it 7. In my opinion, this is what I do. I know this is what everybody does. I know Jackpot Judo and Cowboy does it a little bit different, but this is kind of what Cowboy Slots does in his methods. Except I kind of just threw in the way I'm doing it. The problem with Cowboy Slots methods, and I mean, I'm a moderator for him. Brantley's great. He knows I've learned a lot from him. He's like the king of all this stuff. A lot of the games that Brantley advises you to play, especially on cruise ships, are very difficult to find. It is very hard to find a 5-line quarter game on a lot of ships. It's really hard to find a 5-line 50-cent game. It's really hard to find that. So we have to adjust it to what you play. And the main casino do what Brantley says. But I'm looking more at the cruise aspect because cruise ships casinos are generally smaller. They don't have those older 3-reel classic games most of the time. So we have to adjust it and make it work. Oops, ran into a wall. So that's what I will do. I adjust it and try to make it work. I've been very successful doing this. I've had one hand pay in the past 3 years. Like, I don't get hand pays. I'm a low roller straight up. Come on here with $100, $200, and I end up cycling through like 20 grand playing through the machines. Like, that's how, and I always generally finish up. So, and I don't ever chase. Unless if it's like a Money Balls or one of the Regal Riches. They're very high up there, and I have the budget to do it. That's the key, is looking at your budget. You always have to realize, don't stay and hit these until you have to. You want to watch that budget. Never lose more than 50% of your budget on a single game. Don't do it. Don't care what you're chasing. Don't do it. It's not worth it generally. Regal might be the one exception, but I still would not do it though, if that's your only money you have. Now, if you've earned some more money and bankroll build up, you can be a little bit more lax and, bend the rules a little bit. So that's what I would do. And back to the triple-double blazing or whatever it was that we were playing. If you hit the 700, take some of that money and you're going to put half of it away. Bring a lockbox. I don't have one. I need to get one. But get a lockbox. Brantley talks about it all the time. Get a lockbox. Leave the key at home. And then put half of it away. That way you're going home with up $250 from what you started with. And then the rest of the remaining $350, what I do is I restart and I go back and do all this kind of stuff again. I restart and restart to build up. And yes, I will mix some higher vol. I do play Huff and Puff every now and then, but when I come to Huff and Puff, it's when I'm up a good amount. I'll put $100 in it and I'll play it to like $50, and I'm hard on that limit. I will not go higher, not go lower, and then I'll get up. So that is what I recommend doing. The other super easy thing to do, in my personal opinion, is if you just want a point build, it's a little bit boring, but if you want a point build, best thing you can play, being flat out honest, video poker. You will not go wrong with video poker. It is a magnificent game to play. Keno's terrible, but video poker is a magnificent game. Highly would recommend it for point building. You do have to know proper poker strategy though. So that is the one I would highly recommend, and it's just a little boring to me. But if you want volatility, play Ultimate X. It's a little bit more volatile, but it is exciting though. So hopefully this helps. I will never play any of these cartoons, like the Gong game. As much as I like the game, don't play unless you have the budget to do it. Monopoly, don't play it. Firecrackers, no. Ultimate Fire Link, or whatever it is, don't do it. All this stuff here is junk games for low budget people. If you have a high budget, do whatever you want. You can hit massive on these. But if you're a low budget person like me, and you come on a ship with $100 to $200 every time, and you want to get comps and cycle through, do not play these. Like, do not play this stuff. They're made for high budgets. That's what they do. They're made for high budgets. Don't play Blazing Lock. Wolf Run and Cat's Eclipse are technically advantage player games, but I don't play them. I don't like them. I like regular Wolf Run, but yeah, don't play any of this stuff I'm showing you right now. Do not play this if you're on a very limited budget. I know you'll see some crazy jackpots hit. If you got 10 grand, do whatever you want to do. If you got 5 grand, do what you want to do. But on what I'm talking about here, don't play any of this stuff if you're trying to build a budget. Just don't do it. Like, literally don't do it. However, the one game I will say isn't half bad is this one right here. This is an okay game. I wouldn't say it's a bankroll building game, but compared to all this other stuff I've shown you where I said don't play it, this one's a little bit better. I do give this one more of a shot than some other games. I really do. So, but yeah, I don't play any of this. I'll play Quick Hits because it's fun, and it's not a terrible game. And what you also never buy a bonus. The math for it's terrible. Never buy the bonus. But yeah, this game's not bad, to be honest. This version. It's a good low rolling game, to be brutally honest with you, and it's fun. But again, I will not play that until I've at least doubled the amount of money I've had and made it higher. Yeah, put some money away. So hopefully this helps. I know I did not organize or think really well about how I made this video, so it's kind of a cluster. But that's just what I do, I guess. I'm just kind of making it up as I go in real-time strategy. So, walking around... Oh yeah, I gotta mention this. I forgot to mention this. Just throw it back in there. So, unedited, of course. Because I don't know how to edit. But yeah, that's what I do personally. Highly would recommend it. And if you come on here with a lot of free play like I get, either get chips or video poker. Do not use it on slots. If you're trying to convert it to real money. Chips or video poker. For sure. So, if you don't know proper video poker strategy, get chips. If you don't know how to play tables, just go roulette and cover the whole board. That's what I would do. You'll lose 2 bets. If you cover the entire board, you'll lose 2 bets. If you cover the whole board and split on 0, double 0, you'll lose 1 bet. Best way to convert it, to be honest. So, but yeah, that's personally what I do when I get on a ship. I walk the casino, look for the AP games, check all the AP games. If there's any worth playing, I'll play it until I deem it's worth playing, like good to play. And I kind of told you all what I look for. After that, I will go to the low volatile games and play those and build up. That is what you have to do. So, I'm trying to transition more into video poker. But yeah, all this stuff I'm showing you, these dancing drums, this, don't play any of this. Do not play any of this stuff. Do not play any of this stuff right at all. You will get on a low budget. It's not, yes, you get hit big. The games I'm telling you to play, you can lose on. I've had it happen. It's a slot machine. But generally, though, I'm proof that it works. So, it doesn't work every time. Past 6 sellings, that's 5 out of 6. And the one time it didn't work, I was up big and I did something stupid. So, it did work. But I got bored and I did something stupid. So, I only lost like $200, so it's not that bad. And I had 5,000 points. But yeah, hopefully this helps. These are all good games. Triple jackpot gems. These are ones that you should play when you get 2 to 3 extra money, kind of like the Blazing Sevens. These are great games to play for that low volatile 3 real. This is the one I was talking about that doesn't nudge. The same thing as the one that nudges, but it doesn't nudge. Except you're going to get more line pace on this one because it doesn't have a nudging feature compared to the other one that does. You can get paid 3 times a spin on the other one. But they're great games. I highly recommend these, but only play these when we have made our budget go up a lot. Like I said, 100 into 500, 200 into 1,000, like 300 into 15. When you 5x your budget, give one of these $100. Don't do any more than that. These are not must-hit buys. So give them $100. And then, if it works, you made a lot of money and decide what you want to do from then. If it doesn't work, go right back to our double diamond. So, or go back. You can go back to pinball if you wanted to, or top dollar, something a little lower volatile. That's a $3 max bet, a little less risky. Do that, and always check your AP games. Super important. These are AP games. I don't play these, but I know a lot of people do, and they do it a lot. I just don't like Buffalo. And I always play games that I enjoy. That's the most important thing. You're doing this for fun. Play games you enjoy. I enjoy Moneyballs. I think it has the most exciting bonus in all slot machines. It may not be the best, but I think it's the most exciting though. It's not like getting a Moneyball bonus. So hopefully this helps out. And if you guys have any more questions or recommendations or want me to make a video about something in particular, even if it's a game I say I don't play, I'll still make a video about it for you. Because the games I don't play, I can tell you why I don't play them. I know how they play. And if they don't, I'll learn. So, and even these games I don't play, I have played. Just for experience, so I know at least what to talk about. or I've watched other people play them, etc. So, yeah, hopefully this helps you all out and makes you a better gambler. If you have any questions, let me know. I try to respond to every comment or message, and I'll see y'all next time.